Louisiana beer reviews. Two Roads Road to Ruin Double IPA. It's got a rattlesnake on it. No, well, a copperhead holding a bundle of hop cones. It's got two arms pointing two different directions. You can go this way, you can go the other way. The road less traveled. Temptingly hoppy ale, 8% alcohol. It says it has plenty of bite. It's 78 IBU, 78 and 8%. It says ale. A natural harmless sediment may appear. Okay. Best before December 20th, 2022. There's no date, a born on date. Okay, but it's a nice looking pint can. This was sent to me by Wayne in Pennsylvania. Thanks so much, Wayne. I see that there's many video reviews going back to about 9 years ago. So this beer was introduced in 2012 when the company was started in Stratford, Connecticut. All right. So I got a lot of videos to watch. A very thick off-white head. The appearance is golden and clear and bubbly. All right. Never seen this beer in Louisiana, that's for sure. Might have been on the wrong road. Okay. But no, they're not sold down here. It's juicy in the nose. Juicy but not fruity, if that makes sense. Get some hop resin. This is like a bright beer in the aroma. Like I say, some beers are upbeat and some are downbeat. This one is upbeat. And I like the label. There's no funny animals on it. Well, there is a funny animal. All right, a copperhead. Nothing about the devil. Lots of bread, white bread crust. The maltiness is coming through. This looks and smells like it's going to be fabulous. Untapped saying, yeah, 76 out of 100, which is pretty high for them. Beer Advocate saying a 90. Excellent, most excellent, their opinion. And no, retraction. Beer Advocate says 88. It's Rate Beer that gives it a 90. Not a big difference, but a difference. And but in the style, they're saying like 78. You know, Rate Beer is always screwball on the style. Like, you know, give a beer 100, saying it's world class. In the style, they'll say it's okay for an imperial stout. If they're talking about imperial stout, for instance. Ooh. Has almost like a European Pilsner bread note. Like just a big loaf of, I would guess, barley bread. Which I don't know if I've ever eaten that. Sweetness, well, yes and no. Yes, it has a pretty good amount, like 3 out of 5 sugar cubes, but it's not like tremendously sweet, which would be a 5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness. I know it's 78 because I read it on the website. It's not on the can, but if I didn't know that, I don't think I would guess that. Doesn't seem to be that high. I would guess that it's more like I probably would have said 55, which you get with what, Goose Island IPA. Just doesn't seem that bitter. Now it might build. But like so many brewers say, especially Bell's used to harp on that when their old owner was still around, they would say, a lot of times the number just doesn't carry over into the real world experience. You know, it might be a real high number and it doesn't seem high. Could be relatively low and it seemed really bitter. So they didn't like to talk about IBUs. And that's understandable in some ways, but people do like to have the technical details. Kind of, not really heavy lacing, kind of thin lacing. Medium body, mostly dry finish. I bet it's a sticky beer if you got it on your fingers. How would I score it? Well, I'm glad it's not a haze bomb, and I'm glad it doesn't taste like fruit salad. I'm glad it doesn't have the mouthfeel of like coagulated cereal dust, I call it, you know, like the, you know, if you get like Cheerios or something, they'll have like sawdust in them. I mean, it's obviously the crumbs of the cereal, but it's almost like a consistency of sawdust, and then it coagulates with the milk. Some people don't even, they'll dump that out. They won't even drink that, you know. But then the beers are like that. It's like, ooh. But this one it's nice. It doesn't have any of that. In 2012, that would have been mostly considered a bad thing, a bad attribute. Wasn't long after though. Because look, we started getting Ghost of the Machine and everything, so everything changed in a little bit quicker than that snap. But you know, it seemed like things just changed in a year. I'm gonna go with 95 out of 100, 9.5 out of 10. No sediment. Well, I didn't get to the bottom of the can. Maybe I can fill the glass. Some people will say the cup. Well, it's a glass, you know, it's not a cup. And then I notice a lot of people, maybe more in the northern states, they'll say things like, I'm going to take another drink. Talked about this before in live hangouts. I've never heard that. I'm telling you the truth, I never heard that expression until I started watching beer reviews. In my whole life, I never heard anyone around here say, I'm going to take a drink. They might order a drink, or let me mix a drink for you or something, or would you like a drink? But people around here, they just say, I'm going to take another sip. So when I first heard that, it seemed odd to me. Yeah. 9.5 out of 10. A most excellent beer. I can't finish it off here, but we'll see if we get any sediment. And I gave that a good shake. I'm not seeing anything. Well, maybe a little haze is developing, but this is definitely not sediment oriented. So it's generally a clear beer. So Les Bon Temps Relais, a most excellent product, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Connecticut and visit Two Roads Brewing.